26%. On the nation report part, the percent to below for 12 grade for the subtraction in math. In America, we had everything as an exceptional country, but the 26% sounds exceptional to you. Raise your hand if you think as the country we need to do way better than that. I'm with you. We all need math for why so many kids confused by. It is because only 26% of people are hardwired from that. Love 70% or not. After working with thousands of kids, I can tell you this is the case at all. Kids don't understand math because we've been teaching it in the humanities as subject. But if we make math human again, it will start make sense again. You you're probably wondering how is math in every human in the first place. So think about it. Mm, Math is a human language just like English, Spanish, and Chinese because it allows people to communicate with each other. Even in ancient time, people need the language of math to conduct trade, to build a monument, and to measure the land for farming. This idea of math, the language, isn't exactly new. A great philosopher once said, "The law of nature are written in the language of mathematics." So you see, even Galileo agreed, isn't it? But somewhere along the line, we're taking the language of math with about the real world around us, and we abstract that beyond this recognition, and that's why kids they get confused. Let me show you what it means. Well, C is third grade Californian math standard, and people make sense when a year old.
Understand the fraction 1 over b as the quantity formed by one part when a whole is partitioned into equal parts. Understand the fraction a over b as the quantity formed by a part of size 1 over b. And if you give this definition to 8 year, you probably get reaction like this. To a math expert, this standard makes sense. But to a kid, it's an absolute torture. I tell this sample specifically because the fractions are the foundational to algebra, trigonometry, and even calculus. So kids don't understand fraction in the elementary middle school because I'd hope to have them in the high school. But there's a way to make subtraction simple and easy for kids to understand. Yes, just remember that math is the language and use that to fear damage. For example, when I teach first grader how to add the subtraction, I start with the apple plus listen. For yes, 1 apple plus 1 apple, and people often say 2 with the partly correct. Half of them include the word as well as with math of language, but not just 2 eats 2 apples. Next 3 pencil plus 2 pencils. You all know that pencil plus pencil is pencil. So everyone, how many pencils? 5 pencil. 5 pencil is right. And the key is you include the word. I tried to submit with my 5 years niece in month. After she added pencil and pencils, I asked her, what 4 billion plus 1 billion? and my aunt overheard in the distance. She called me and said, "Are you crazy? She has been kindergarten. How is she supposed to know 4 billion plus 1 billion? I am done it."
Is 5 billion? And I say that's right, it is 5 billion. My aunt stood ahead on that because she didn't expect that from the 5 years. But all you have to do is take a language approach and math become intuitive and easy to understand. Then I saw her question that kindergarten definitely not supposed to know. What's 1/3 plus 1/3? And immediately she answered 2/3, such as wondering how can she possibly know that when she doesn't know about numerator and denominator yet. You see, she was not thinking about numerator and denominator yet. She solved the problem this way, and she used 1 apple plus 1 apple as her analogy to understand 1/3 plus 1/3. So even a kindergartner can add subtraction. You'd better believe that every third grader can do it as well. Just for fun, I asked her an algebra question. What's 7x squared plus 2x squared? And then the 5 correctly answered 9x squared. And she didn't any exponent rules to figure that it out. So when the people say that we are either where or not, it's not true. Math is a human language, so we have all the ability to understand this. We need to take a language approach to math urgently because too many kids are lost and they are uncertain about math, and it doesn't have to be that way. I worked with an angry, frustrated high school student one who couldn't pass the algebra because she only knew 44% of the multiplication task. I've told her that's such a kind of way, only knowing the 44% of the alphabet, holding me back. She couldn't pass her or public relation, and she had no confidence in that. As the result, this teenager had confidence in herself. I've told her we have to start with the multiplication.
Because once you know all of you have it you part, everything get easier, and they will be having a pass back every ride in Disneyland. What do you think? And she said, okay. But she systematically detained stable in 4 weeks, and yes, even multiplication has the language embedded in it. You'll be surprised how many kids don't realize 7 times 3 can be spelled out as 7 times 3, which just means 3 7 times, just like that. So when kids see this way, they quickly realize the repetition is slow and convenient, so they glad to memorize that 3 7 times. I'll do it the 21. Several teenager want us to dropping out, becoming fluent and confident in multiplication with a game changer. Because first time, we can focus the problem solving instead of counting on the finger. I'm new city corner. We see figure out The two-year a 445 month would cost you 10,680. And she looked at me disappointingly and said, "It's a police sock." At that moment, not having was the causing problem for her, but she's looking giving a math solves problem as the reason outlet. As an educator, it's my duty to challenge kids that by tirely you with this challenge. Our country is stuck at 26% suppression and challenge you to pass the number higher. This is important because mathematical thinking no about young man, but our kids needed to maintain and deliver the future. Meeting this challenge can be in simple as apples. Is the which made the human language, and we will get the sooner rather than later. Thank you.